As a lot of you brothers are starting to respect yourselves, and even some of you are just leaving out of here and going to get you, a potential mate overseas, a lot of women starting to feel the sting of that. Case in point, this one sister has taken issue about some of the women and what they were saying, and even some of the men that's moving around. Let's review it.
However, I'm going to respond like this. Okay, it is a reality that some black women have been voicing that they don't want black men for whatever their reasons are, right? What about the black women that do want black men, though? What about us?
What about you? But let's continue.
So because there are some black women who have been able to shout from the mountaintop or use social media to convey their disdain, or they no longer have patience, or they're so hurt they don't want to go any further with black men. Now, black men are going to disown black women as a whole?
First of all, that's not true. Black men have not disowned black women as a whole. A lot of black men are kind of moving around away from American black women who are modernized. And a lot of these black men go to other black women in other countries. So they still with black women, because the majority of black men, are with black women statistically, even those here in America, actually. So that's furthest from the truth. But the issue is that why would women like yourself, ma'am, allow, as you said, a small group of women with a big mouth to cause you problems? See, y'all be on this sisterhood code with each other, and y'all, with this code you have as a sisterhood, don't criticize another woman, don't check another woman. And you know what she's doing is wrong. You even disagree with her, what she's doing. But you still will sit there and let her spew something that could eventually affect you. So you want a black man, but because those women that you have not pushed back against, now they're harming you in the area of your date life. Well, let's continue.
None of us get to experience the beauty of being with you all because a few, was shouting from the back, or they made their way to the front of the line to say that they don't want y'all.
And it's not all black men that's going away either. The super simps are here. But I know that y'all don't want the simps. That's interesting. Because the simps love the ground you walk on. They will attack men for you. And you don't want them? They're not going nowhere. Pookie and Ray Ray, he's not going anywhere. He's not getting on nobody's plane. He's not. So for sure, you guarantee to get Pookie and Ray Ray and the super simps. Okay? But you don't want them to. You want the other black men. You want the black men that you know good and well you can build a family with. Once again, did you ever push back on these women when they was trying to speak on your behalf and misrepresenting you? And now, since you're suffering the consequences of it, now it's a problem?
Again, I don't think these methods are beneficial for us as a whole. I don't think they're productive, right? And I don't even think that those women that are saying that they don't want black men are capable and able to speak for us as a whole, right?
But you allowed them to, sis, by staying quiet with no pushback. That's how they end up speaking for you as a whole.
Since I've been consistent with posting, there's been black women that's been commenting. Read the comments, right? In agreement with the ideas that I was sharing about black men and how we as black women can assist and do our part and change this situation around. There's been black women that have started following me because they're in harmony with the idea of us needing to come together for unity, for peace, for love, to magnify. We both on both sides have things that we have to acknowledge, and we have to make the steps to correct and heal and grow from and learn from, right? I don't think this idea of quitting on one another is really beneficial. And I don't think that we should let the minority speak for the majority, right?
Now, you notice she's identifying the problems now in the sisterhood and how it's affecting people like herself. Ever since you brothers start getting on the plane, ever since you start doing that, then women starting to realize, wait a minute, hold on. Because you have to understand, once they label the passport bros as men of upward mobility, that's when I really seen the uptick of videos, either speaking against the passport bros or videos going this route. That's kind of what I'm seeing. And no country, no group of women wants the men of upper mobility to leave because women are naturally want a man with resources. We talking about all women, all. Even when you go to these foreign countries, the reason why American men, we're talking about some of these brothers, why these women flock to you, because in America you would be considered, let's say, average. Let's say if you made 40,000, you're average. Well, now you become upper mobility easily in these countries because of the currency exchange, right? You become sometimes in some cases a millionaire in those countries, when here you wouldn't even know what close to it. So yeah, of course your status is going to be raised immediately, and that's what these men are seeing. Their status of life is raised. You can pay cheaper rents, but have more high quality life. You can eat in restaurants every day, right? Something you maybe couldn't have done here with the amount of money you was making. So these men seeing that they have the opportunity. You know, the type of women they can get is at a higher tier because of that. Let's say if they made the money here in the United States, it'd be the same thing. So in this country, everything is so based on finance, of course, right? But when you allow these women to speak on your behalf and no pushback, this is what happens.
This is another reason why I'm starting my podcast, because these type of ideas, this comment that you shared, we need to have conversations about them, right? There's podcasts and people talking about the black women that don't want the black men and the black men that don't want the black women. However, it's not enough of us speaking about the ones that do want unity. We want each other. We love you, black men. Like, there are black women who love you all, who want change, who want to be with you, who want to grow, who wants to love you. Like, it makes me sad, man. It makes me so sad, and it really hurts my heart that black men are walking around with this thought pattern that black women don't want them.
But that's what was being told to these brothers for a long time, sis. They just didn't wake up one day out of the clear blue sky and say, hey, they don't want us. No, they've been told. They've been told in movies. They've been told in music. They have been told just for people they know. What's the famous thing they say? Black men ain't ish, right? No other group of man has dealt with that much disrespect. You understand? No group of man. No other group of man has been told you're not wanted. No other group of man got to go through, those issues and problems. So if you keep telling somebody they not wanted, eventually that person going to get the message and they're going to say, okay, you don't want me, so I need to go somewhere else where I am wanted. I mean, any human being will react that way. Even a dog will react that way. If you keep pushing the dog away and not treating the dog right and letting the dog know you don't want it, well, eventually if that door open, the dog may run out and see if he can go get away from you because you don't want him. You understand? Now, she can start her podcast. Great. Fine. I'll listen to it, see what she's talking about. But when she start her podcast, and sister, if you see this video, when you start your podcast, understand you're going to have brothers that's going to support you. And you're going to have a lot of these sisters you're talking about, they're going to attack you. They're going to attack you. I'm letting you know that ahead of time. So be ready for it, because a lot of them, they feel no different than white supremacists about black men. And it's sad. It's utterly sad.
We want y'all. We love y'all. Don't let that minority speak for all of us, because it's a false reality. It's not the majority. It's a minority.
Well, get your podcast going, and you make it your mission to go against those women who are speaking the messages against black men, not, and telling them they're not wanted. Make it that your mission. Because you really don't have too many women doing that because they know they're going to be against the sisterhood in the process. But some men don't even want to hear what you got to say. I'll just be honest with you. Some men probably still on the fence with it, but then some men say, I'm done. And I tell y'all, don't let these men touch down in a foreign country. Because once they touch down in a foreign country, you lost them. You lost. So your key is, before they get that passport, you better get them. Because once they get that passport and they get that first trip, wherever they going, that's a wrap. So you need to talk to your sisters, you know, the things they have said to brothers, especially online. But let me know what y'all think about what this sister is saying. You know, I mean, she's saying that she wants you brothers, you know, and everything. But, you know, she's going to have to compete like the rest of them.